Card bouts are complete, and we are at last ready here at the T-Mobile Arena for our main event, the hugely anticipated matchup between two of the best in boxing today, Canelo Alvarez and Triple G, Gennady Golovkin. There's been a long build-up to this fight, and now it's finally here. But before the fighters walk, a word from our sponsors.
So much has happened since I last saw you. I lost my hammer, like yesterday. That's still pretty fresh. Hela, the goddess of death, has invaded Asgard. And you and I had a fight recently.
Did I win?
No, I won, easily.
Doesn't sound right.
Oh, it's true.
Asgard is dead. I thought you'd be glad to see me.
Need to stop her here and now to prevent Ragnarok, the end of everything. So I'm putting together a team, like the old days. Surprise! This will be such fun.
Here we go! I'm not a queen or a monster. I'm the goddess of death. What were you the god of again?
Thor Ragnarok.
Mark your calendars for these upcoming shows from HBO. Wednesday is the next installment of my show, The Fight Game. Saturday, more live boxing with Jorge Linares taking on Luke Campbell. The following week brings real sports. Then in October, Boxing After Dark returns with Jezreel Corrales against Alberto Machado. And just added, Ryan Burnett versus Zanat Sakinov from Belfast. In November, Sergey the Crusher Kovalev is back, live on HBO against Vyacheslav Shabransky. For more, go to hbo.com/boxing. Canelo versus Triple G is being brought to you live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas by Tecate, the official beer of boxing. And throughout tonight's telecast, we bring you the Tecate Eagle Cam. Hennessy, never stop, never settle. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day. Fred Loya Insurance, put Fred in your corner. Interjet, Aerolínea Oficial del Box, the smart way to fly to Mexico. Marvel Studios, Thor Ragnarok, in theaters everywhere November 3. And by HBO Pay-Per-View, the best in pay-per-view entertainment, brought to you by HBO. 4 years ago, a 23-year-old Canelo Alvarez was thrust into the spotlight against Floyd Mayweather, and Canelo lost a unanimous decision by a wide margin. It has been 4 years since, and Canelo knows how vital his matchup with Golovkin is for his legacy, perhaps for redemption, perhaps as proof that he's risen to the very top of the sport. Either way, tonight is seen as a must-win for Canelo in his biggest moment since that long-ago defeat to Mayweather. Meanwhile, for Gennady Golovkin, the stakes are just as high, if not higher. Yes, he's undefeated, but Canelo is by far the biggest and most important bout of the 35-year-old fighter's career. Years from now, will Triple G be remembered as just a catchy nickname and a knockout flash, or rather as a truly great fighter who rose to his biggest challenge? We'll find out more than we've ever known about both Canelo and Triple G in this long-awaited fight coming next. The moments just before a big fight can feel like an eternity. There's still nothing in sports quite like it. The energy, the apprehension, the fervor. Of course, real intensity only builds from real anticipation. Flames stoked tonight by a longing to see two of the greatest of their generation collide. Saul Canelo Alvarez has become nothing short of a boxing phenomenon. The movie star good looks, the bold red hair. A Mexican heartthrob with a track record of dispatching foes with brutal efficiency.
Canelo's landed some just beautiful, vicious body punches tonight.
There's a perfect straight right hand. What a performance by Canelo Alvarez. He's his boxing-crazed country's best and brightest star. And with that standing, has emerged a clamoring to see him face the best. For years now, the middleweight division's most feared fighter has been Gennady Golovkin, who's risen from obscurity to the pinnacle of the sport, through spectacles of exceptional technique and power.
What we just saw was not ordinary, it was extraordinary.
There it is! Cossack Thunder, Predator at work! Undefeated in the ring, he employs machine-like effectiveness, a propensity to dole out ruthless punishment, belied by an impish grin.
You need show, you need amazing show, just call me. I'm staying here, I'm ready for everybody.
The prospective matchup between these two superstars and an opportunity to crown a true middleweight champion long seemed destined to happen. But the wait continued for years. With each victory, the expectations intensified. Until finally...
Golofkin, you are next, my friend.
Tonight, for Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin, the anticipation is at last over. The road work is done. The training camps are finished. The build-up for their matchup, at long last, complete. All that's left is the fight, and to see what happens when these two greats collide in the ring. Canelo Triple G is finally here. An exciting weekend in Las Vegas. Yesterday's weigh-in was jam-packed and thrilling at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. A lot of celebrities on hand, big-time fight fans, you've seen them before. Charles Barkley, a fixture at fights like this. Michael J. Fox, likewise. Tracy Morgan, fully recovered from his accident and looking great. J.B. Smooth, also here at ringside and well-dressed. Miguel Cotto, with a wink and a fist. Freddie Roach makes it to all the big fights, whether he's training in the ring or not. Fernando Vargas lives here in Vegas now and has become a local celebrity. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. in the house. His son, Junior, no sign at this particular moment. Juan Manuel Marquez, recently retired from boxing, 5 years away from the Hall of Fame. And Thomas Hitman Hearns, who was once in a fight exactly like this himself against Ray Leonard. That was quite a moment back in 1981. Now, Max, this moment is here in 2017. There was a lot of clamoring that the fight should have taken place before now, but now that it's here, is this the right moment?
It's the perfect moment, Jim. A couple of years ago when Gennady Golovkin was mowing down every middleweight in sight and no other name opponent, really top-flight opponent, would get in the ring with him, Jim, you and I, and others in boxing identified Canelo Alvarez as the opponent who would eventually step in with Triple G, because Canelo's been doing that with all comers since he was 15 years old. But 2 years ago, Triple G would have been a prohibitive favorite. Canelo was not truly yet a full-fledged middleweight, and Triple G showed no signs of slowing. In the interim, though, Triple G in his last couple fights has been touched up a bit, and particularly in his last fight with Danny Jacobs. Not only did Jacobs go the distance, but it was close for the first time in Triple G's professional career. Meantime, Canelo has developed into a full-fledged middleweight and seems to be entering his physical prime. The boxing world and press is essentially split down the middle in terms of who they think will win the fight, but everyone agrees we have a potential classic on our hands.
And partially because it's a mouth-watering, seemingly can't-miss style matchup between the acknowledged #1 go-forward attacker in the sport, Golovkin, and the sport's best high-pressure, aggressive counterpuncher in Canelo Alvarez. Roy Jones, in a fight of this nature, which of those two styles is better?
It's kind of 50-50, Jim. If you're a counterpuncher, then you got the perfect guy in front of you who's going to present you with all the opportunities that you want, that you need to be a beautiful counterpuncher on that particular night. But however, on the other side, if you're a stalker, a guy who stalks, you got a guy in front of you who's perfect because he's going to wait. He's going to allow you to stalk because he's looking to counter off of your stalking activity. So this is a great fight, a great matchup. Who has the upper hand? It'll all be determined in 12 rounds tonight.
So exciting. Let's go into the ring for Michael Buffer to begin the orderly progression to the first bell.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we really are going to go to our three national anthems. First, here to sing the national anthem for Kazakhstan, please welcome Diaz.
Altın gün aspanı, altın den dalası, yerlikten Астанып еліме қарашы Ежелден ердеген даңқымыз шықты ғой Намысын бермеген қазағым мықты ғой Менің елім, өлім болып егілемін Жырым болып өлімін елім Туған жерім менің Қазақстаным Ұрпаққа жол ашқан кен байтақ жерім бар Бірлігі жарасқан тәуелсіз елім бар Қарсы алған уақыты мәңгілік досындай Біздің ел бақыты, біздің ел осындай Менің елім, өлең болып егілемін Жырым болып өлемін елім Туған жерім менің Қазақстаным Алға Triple G!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here to sing the Mexican national anthem. Please welcome Mexican superstar, singer, actress, TV host, Lucero.
Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero apresta y el bridón, y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Ciña, oh patria, tus sienes de oliva, de la paz del arcángel divino, que en el cielo tu eterno destino por el dedo de Dios se escribió. Mas si osare un extraño enemigo profanar con su planta tu suelo, piensa, oh patria querida, que el cielo un soldado en cada hijo te dio, un soldado en cada hijo te dio. Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero apresta y el bridón, y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. ¡Viva México!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, with honor to all the men and women now serving in harm's way as members of the Armed Forces of the United States of America, we honor America with our national anthem, to be performed by Broadway star, TV host, and co-host of the nationally syndicated On with Mario Lopez. Please welcome Miss Courtney Lopez.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming,
Let's look at the tale of the tape for the two best middleweights in boxing. An 8-year age advantage for Canelo Alvarez, yet Gennady Golovkin has fought fewer than half the number of professional rounds that Canelo has fought in his career. A 1.5-inch height advantage for Golovkin, though he does not fight as a tall fighter. An arm length advantage of 1 inch measured from the armpit to the end of the fist for Golovkin. They both weighed in perfectly at 160 pounds. And Canelo Alvarez was allowed by the Nevada State Athletic Commission to retain the beard rather than to shave it. And here comes Golovkin. 13-0 in title fights. The only one in which he did not produce a knockout was the last appearance against Daniel Jacobs in Madison Square Garden. That appearance, the end of the 23-fight knockout streak, is one of the reasons that the odds tonight favoring Golovkin are much closer than they would have been if this fight had taken place a couple of years ago when first it was discussed.
And the question is, was that a sign that Golovkin at 35 is slowing down, or was it instead that he was facing the second best middleweight in the world, Daniel Jacobs, on that night, after having mowed down solid middleweight after solid middleweight, but without ever having to face a fighter at the very top of the division?
It could mean any number of things. You have to be careful in how you evaluate it because there's very little in common between Daniel Jacobs' style as a fighter and the style of Canelo Alvarez. Two different things. Golovkin does not have the quizzical smile on his face that we've been accustomed to seeing him walk with in the past. You might have said that looked like a nervous expression as he was making his way in. Max Kellerman has already made the point, having been to both dressing rooms, that he felt the atmosphere was more relaxed in the Alvarez dressing room than in that of Golovkin.
For Golovkin, this ring walk represents a walk toward what might be the culmination of a life's work. I mentioned earlier, Canelo's been here before, but this is Triple G's first time.
Now stepping up into the ring, behind his Mexican-American trainer, Abel Sanchez, the man, the legend, the nickname, Triple G. Already a global phenomenon, looking to become an American phenomenon with a victory tonight. Canelo Alvarez, always in these situations, the portrait of calm. Roy Jones, he is a poker-faced fighter. That expression never changes.
Never changes. He's here tonight feeling like he has everything to gain and nothing to lose. He's moving up in weight. He's challenging for the middleweight championship of the world against the best middleweight in the world. What better chances for him to have? What better opportunity for him to have?
Already an amazing career. Turned pro when he was 15 years old. Max Kellerman, he's looking for his 50th career win tonight.
And as a pro, has been in with top opposition, not just on the biggest stage with Floyd Mayweather and Miguel Cotto, but also just in good, tough fights with Erislandy Lara and Austin Trout. The kind of fighters that money fighters like Canelo generally avoid. He's avoided no one.
Inside, the crowd is aching to burst into noise for Canelo. Most of the fans here in this arena here to root for Alvarez to win the fight. And by the way, every seat is filled all the way to the top of the rafters, and there are standing room people standing around the arena at the top. Two of Canelo Alvarez's last 3 ring appearances were in this arena. This is the first time that Golovkin has ever fought in Las Vegas. He emerges into view. So they have come from Guadalajara, Mexico, and Paragon to Kazakhstan to the absolute summit of boxing. Canelo Alvarez into the ring to face Gennady Golovkin. Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, by way of MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, from the T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. As Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and Triple G Promotions proudly present the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the middleweight championship of the world. Sponsored by Tecate, the official beer of boxing. Hennessy, never stop, never settle. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices every day. Fred Loya Insurance, put Fred Loya in your corner. Interjet, Aerolino Oficial de Box, the smart way to fly to Mexico. And Marvel Studios, Thor Ragnarok, in theaters everywhere, November 3rd. This bout sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission Chairman Anthony A. Monell III, Executive Director Bob Bennett, the International Boxing Federation President Darryl Peebles, the International Boxing Organization President Ed Levine, the World Boxing Association President Gilberto Jesus Mendoza, and the World Boxing Council Mauricio Suleiman, President. The 3 judges at ringside, Adelaide Bird, Dave Moretti, Don Trella, and inside the ring, in charge of the action at the bell, your referee, Kenny Bayless. And now, the officials are at ringside and they are ready. The fighters are in the ring and they are ready. Fight fans, are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner with head trainer Edison Reynoso. Wearing blue with gold and officially weighing in at 160 pounds. His professional record, 49 victories, including 34 wins by knockout, only 1 defeat with 1 draw. He has been in 15 consecutive world title fights coming into the ring and captured 3 world championships. Damas y caballeros de Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, the 2-time light middleweight world champion, the reigning, defending, ring, lineal middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez. And across the ring, fighting Fighting out of the blue corner with his head trainer Abel Sanchez, wearing khaki green and officially weighing in at 160 pounds. This Olympic medalist now has a perfect professional record of 37 fights, 37 victories, including 33 knockouts. His KO percentage, the greatest in middleweight championship history. From Karaganda, Kazakhstan, the reigning, defending, undefeated IBF, IBO, WBA, WBC, unified middleweight champion of the world, Gennady Golovkin, a.k.a. Triple G!
Ring center, ring center.
Back out of the way. Ready.
Okay, gentlemen. Trucks are good on both sides. Now we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want to caution you to keep this fight clean at all times. Protect yourself at all times. And what I say, you must obey. Good luck. Touch him up, Brenda Swate.
Everyone is expecting a violent classic. Will Triple G and Canelo author the latest chapter in the glorious history of the middleweight championship of the world?
Many of history's greatest fighters have worn the crown of this division. Both of these guys know the history of the sport. They want to follow in that line of succession. And here we go. First punch of the fight is a Golovkin jab. Remember, he lands more jabs than any other top fighter in the sport. Golovkin stalking but cautiously. Canelo moving, trying to present a difficult target for Golovkin.
I don't remember Canelo so purposely at the perimeter of the ring this early in the fight.
He's letting you know right away that he's going to make it a boxing match. He's not going to stand there and slug with Triple G. He's going to use Triple G's punches against him.
Here Canelo testing Triple G's defenses.
Triple G just looking to make contact right now. Hasn't thrown the fastball yet. He'll need to get closer to Canelo before he's going to do that. Canelo is using his feet to try to present a problematic equation for Golovkin. Now Golovkin unloading the jab, 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 jab. And finally Canelo answers with a jab of his own.
No other fighter that we've ever seen has commanded this type of respect from Triple G in round one.
That's right. He's already paid Canelo the highest compliment he can pay him.
That's exactly right.
Little body shot from Canelo.
You see Canelo slipping and countering to the body. That's his bread and butter. That's the kind of fighter he is. This is a fastball pitcher against a fastball hitter. Triple G wants him to stay there so he can hit him. Canelo wants Triple G to come at him so he can counter.
Canelo just had to be careful not to run into one of those big shots too early.
Canelo looking good early in this fight.
But Golovkin is the one who's mounting the offense, having landed 11 out of 25 punches so far. Now there's a right hand for Canelo. Golovkin lands a jab, misses over the top with the right hand. Lands another jab. Hard right hand from Canelo.
And you see the
after Golovkin missed his right hand.
Upper body movement from Canelo, making his head a tough target.
Crowd responding to Canelo's thrusts, but Golovkin blocked those punches with his arms.
Canelo is much quicker than Golovkin already, as we see. He's the quicker man of the two, without a doubt, but Golovkin is the more powerful man of the two, without a doubt.
No, it's Canelo who's concentrated on Golovkin's body more than the other way around. Golovkin has not mounted a body attack.
Golovkin threw 33 punches by CompuBox count in the first round. Canelo threw only 23. Golovkin landing 15-10 for Canelo. Canelo landing at a high rate, so did Golovkin.
Breathe. Good. That was the first round, son, okay? He wants to catch you with one punch, just like we know. All right? He's showing you his two lefts and he throws that right hook. Be careful with that. We're catching him there very good. Step back and receive it with that uppercut, okay?
Short right here. He's going to counter with the uppercut. Give me the left hook right here, okay? Deep breath.
Okay.
Abel Sanchez asking Gennady Golovkin for deep breaths. He looked nervous on the walk-in. I'm not sure he's gotten rid of his nerves quite yet. Canelo looked more relaxed in round one, but it was Golovkin who mounted the offense, throwing and landing more punches. And as they come out for round two, Golovkin goes back to working his jab.
I didn't see Triple G land more punches.
I did. Look at the jab numbers. But over time, our perceptions will certainly diverge here and there.
If it ends in a knockout, they'll come together pretty quickly.
Canelo may be the bigger of the two fighters here too.
But yesterday he weighed in at 160 for the very first time in his life. Golovkin did so for something close to the 400th time in his life.
Roy, you mentioned it in the first round. Triple G is showing respect for both Canelo's power and his skills. You can see he doesn't want to get caught with any of those hard Canelo shots. Playing defense like that. But also he respects Canelo's slipperiness and counterpunching ability.
Funny thing is nobody's been caught with a clean headshot yet.
Well, the fight has not yet broken out.
What I'm saying, the CompuBox telling us that one has landed so many more headshots than the other, but nobody's truly been hit with a good headshot yet.
No, they're all jabs. The punches they're giving Golovkin credit for landing are virtually all jabs. And he is throwing the jab to the head. But he hasn't really thrown the fastball on anything yet.
Look, the question is, can the counterpuncher make the offensive fighter look different than he normally does? And so far, the answer is yes. This is not seek and destroy ferocious Triple G.
No, he's boxing with Canelo.
He's been neutralized so far.
And Canelo backing Triple G up, something we've never seen anybody do to this point in time.
Well, could pay a price for it if Triple G turns the counter-punching tables on him, but that's not Triple G's game.
Not at all.
Canelo's landed all the good body shots.
Canelo with a definite edge in power punches landed so far, as Triple G continues to focus on the jab. Has missed with most of his power shots. Missing over the top with the right hand. Good body shot by Canelo. Small left hook for Golovkin. 2 rounds in the books. And still you have the sense that the real fight hasn't broken out yet.
How you doing? Good. He's very slow. He's very slow. He's strong, but he's slow, and he hits, eh?
Hay que estar así trabajando.
You've got to be working on it, little by little. He doesn't hit, he's going to power. Close up your guard, please, close up your guard. You're doing a very good fight, but you have to fight in the middle of the ring. In the middle of the ring is where you dominate.
Here you see Golovkin, Canelo land a good left hook to the body right there, right behind the elbow of Triple G, kind of in the back more so than the body. Then you see Triple G land a beautiful straight right lead right here. Not really, no real power on it because Canelo went with it, but it was probably one of his best punches landed to the head so far.
Very few punches have been thrown with full power so far. You know, I I suggested before the fight there would be no feeling out. To a certain degree, there has been a feeling out process.
That's what it's been so far.
And every punch Golovkin has landed in the fight, according to CompuBox count, is a jab.
Triple G, to win this fight, needs to make it look like Chavez Rosario. He needs to put his man's back on the ropes and work him over, and he has not been able to do it so far.
Now the aggression begins to mount.
Good body shot by Canelo.
Canelo's dominating Triple G to the body. And Triple G has scored knockouts, vicious one-punch knockouts to the body, but he hasn't thrown with real bad intentions there yet.
Triple G's been focused upstairs.
Yeah, the problem we see here is Triple G is trying to fight his fight, but Canelo is the one who's actually fighting his fight right now.
Triple G seems clearly thrown off by having to worry about power punches from a counter-puncher.
Yes, he is.
That's the difference in Canelo and other counter-punchers. He can knock you out with one shot. And Triple G is respecting that, perhaps too much, early on.
Triple G is also a pressure fighter. Sometimes it takes a couple of rounds for those guys to get on track, though not usually for him.
Nope, not at all.
Little left hand to the body by Canelo. Triple G lands another jab upstairs.
And Triple G breathing pretty hard already, Max. He looks a little uncomfortable right here.
He's being outboxed.
Yes. Something he's never had to deal with.
Left hook from Triple G.
Even right then, that hook he landed, he didn't seem confidence with it, Jim.
Two good jabs from Canelo.
He needs to land a big shot here soon, or it's going to be problems for him.
Yes.
Triple G, that is.
It's not the Triple G.
There's a left hook for Triple G.
Not that he doesn't have boxing skills. It's that he's made a living by pressuring his opponents and landing power punches.
And what I'm
Power
seeing,
shot to the body by Canelo Alvarez.
what I'm seeing is the same thing I saw from Andre Ward and Kovalev. Triple G is boxing, but Ward was landing the bigger punches. The punches that made him respect him. Canelo is landing the bigger punches that making Triple G respect him.
That's right, and Triple G missing upstairs. Canelo's slick up there.
Had an open shot at the left hook there and missed it. Did Triple G.
It seems very surprising that the game plan for Triple G is not to hit the body early.
The power of the counterpuncher Canelo has thrown Triple G off. Doesn't seem willing to go to the body, perhaps fearful of getting countered upstairs. That's why Canelo has a 14-0 lead by CompuBox count in body punches landed so far. And of course, obviously, that shows up later in the fight. Now Triple G with a straight right hand and left hook. Getting a little bit looser, starting to fire with a little bit more confidence.
But the hook got Canelo's attention.
Through 3 rounds, Golovkin has thrown more and landed more by CompuBox count, but Canelo has landed the more authoritative punches.
Step on it because it's pulling away, right? You understand? Yeah. Okay. Good jab, and the shots have to be here. Forget about the top. Just hit Kelly's body right here, okay? Yeah. This is the 5th, I think. This is the 4th, okay? Okay. Deep breath. You gave that one away. Okay?
The challenge for Abel Sanchez would appear at this moment to be to get his fighter comfortable enough to perform as himself.
Okay.
There's Ana Alvarez, mother of Canelo Alvarez, veteran of all his fights, and fighting in general. She has 7 sons who have been boxers. Very quickly, let's go to our unofficial scorer, Harold Letterman. How do you have it through 3?
Okay, Jim, I got it 2 rounds to 1. 29-28, Canelo Alvarez. Jim, you know me. I like to score fights for guys that do more damage, that hurt you more. And, I thought that Gennady Golovkin outboxed Canelo in the first round. But in rounds 2 and 3, Canelo started throwing power shots. Really good power shots. And I thought he was hurting Gennady with those power shots. On the other hand, Gennady's throwing mostly jabs. Canelo's landed in real good left hooks. 2 rounds to 1, Canelo Alvarez.
The hook upstairs is starting to be a useful weapon for Triple G. He's starting
There's a hard left hook to the body by Triple G. His best body punch so far.
Problem we're seeing is Canelo's not paying these punches no attention whatsoever.
Good body punch by Canelo.
Canelo is totally focused right now. Now Triple G is steadily trying with that jab.
Question coming into this fight for Triple G is when he seemed tentative at times against Danny Jacobs. Could he win a fight like that against Canelo? Or did he have to really put his nose in there and force things against Canelo to win? He's not doing that so far.
Hasn't really put his nose in there. Paying a ton of respect to Canelo's power. Boxing instead of punching. That's Triple G so far. Landing a lot, but mostly landing jabs. Now here's a body shot. Now Triple G is beginning to pull out the power and let his hands go.
He's usually good at touching guys like this when he has them on the ropes and then unloading the hard stuff.
Hard right hand by Triple G. Canelo shake his head.
Very comfortable on the ropes, Canelo.
Very comfortable. Very comfortable.
Right hand body shot by Triple G. Starting to throw to the body like he did not do in the first 3 rounds. Minute to go in round 4.
Triple G having a much better round in the 4th, I think.
And blocking Canelo's body shots with his arms. Lands a left hook upstairs, partially blocked, but still, he's the aggressor in this round, Gennady Golovkin.
Good right hand from Triple G.
Yeah, it was. Good right hand back by Canelo.
What champions do when they get hit.
You know it.
Right and the left by Golovkin.
Again, that little left.
Golovkin much more comfortable now. Stepping inside and throwing power punches. This is what he didn't do in the first 3 rounds. Gennady Golovkin appears in round 4 to have finally arrived in the building.
That's right, Jim. Well put. A little mouse, it looks like, under Canelo's left side.
Golovkin relaxes his upper body and smiles as he comes back to the corner as if to say, okay, now I'm ready.
And then I want to see here. Bring him down, okay? Stop him, okay? When he gets up against ropes again. Very, very good. Deep breath. Okay, here we go.
Hay que estar llaveando más. Hay que tener el round más constante, hijo.
Be more constant with the pressure.
Más constante en tu ofensiva.
Be more constant with that offensive attack. 3, 4 punches out. 1, 2, and you're out. If you're going to stay there in the inside, in the middle of the ring, cover up, block, and counter punch. All right? Flex your waist. You slip the punch, but throw the jab. Jab, jab, jab. And then you flex the waist so the right doesn't get in here. How do you feel him? How do you feel him? No?
In round 4, Triple G landed 18 total punches, his high number in the fight so far. 9 were jabs, 9 were power punches. Now we go to round 5.
Interesting to see how Canelo responds to that 4th round, Roy.
Well, it's not so interesting because he allowed Triple G to do that round. He bagged back to the ropes himself and stayed there on purpose. It wasn't like Triple G forced him into that. So it's not like he gave up a round on purpose. He did that himself because, by mistake, he did that himself because he chose to fight that way that round. It's not like Triple G took command of that round.
I don't know. We see that round differently. I think Triple G makes the ring small when he decides to come forward and cut off escape routes.
Uppercut lands, right hand, left hook upstairs. Triple G so much more confident now than in the early going. Canelo with a body shot to get himself off the ropes. They're back in the center of the ring.
Canelo is in total control right now still of doing what he wants to do when he gets ready. That's something we've never seen anybody do with Triple G. That's why I say that Canelo is giving what he wants to give. He don't have to back if he doesn't choose to. He does it when he wants to. We've never seen anybody do what they want to do against Triple G.
Well,
they do what Triple G make them do.
Already knows that he can take Triple G's best shot, Boy?
Yes, well, he don't know that for sure because he hasn't been hit with it. But he feels like he's not worried about it. If he gets caught, he gets caught.
Triple G has so much respect for Canelo's skill, obviously, that he's throwing short shots upstairs without his full power. They're good little short, crisp shots, but they're not his knockout punches.
He's fighting smart. He's doing something that we never seen anybody make him do before.
Uppercuts inside are working for Canelo. Triple G kind of leaning into them from time to time. Now Golovkin goes back to the jab. Works well for him, and he tries his own uppercut with the right hand.
And it works.
Right hand lands works for Canelo. Triple G walks right through it. Puts him back against the ropes and lands a big right hand. Canelo shakes his head. That usually means he got hit.
Well, he did get hit.
Left hook for Canelo. Or for Triple G, I should say. Body punches by Triple G. Trying to set himself up for a right hand upstairs against Canelo. Canelo shaking his head again.
When Canelo was a teenager, fighting grown men as a young professional, he usually had more boxing ability than them, but when it got rough, he was always very at home.
We never seen nobody come in and fight Triple G with this type of mentality.
Four punch combinations for both fighters. The fight has broken out. The crowd responds. Canelo trying to land something big. Triple G coming back with a hard right hand and missing. Most combative round of the fight so far, and the crowd will respond.
Espérate, toma aire. ¿Cómo te sientes?
Recuperate. How do you feel? Breathe. Son, you made the mistake, like we talked about. If you stay against the ropes, he has the option to connect you with that punch that he did. Don't experiment, son. Eh? Okay. He's got the advantage because he has you against the ropes. He caught you with that punch. Solid punch because you looked for it. Come on, he's slower than you. If he throws 10 punches, slip.
He see Triple G land a good shot right over the top of that right hand, over top of his left hook with a beautiful right hand, landed more on the neck than it did on the jaw. So I don't think it had much effect on Canelo because it landed, it hit his neck more so than it hit his jaw.
Probably had an effect on the judges, though. Canelo did a lot of head shaking in that round, and the more you shake your head, the more you are saying to the judges, the other guy is the aggressor.
I think in the last 2 rounds, it started to resemble more of a Triple G type of fight.
Knocking Canelo back with the right hand. Hitting him against the ropes again. Triple G putting himself into position to use his power. It's a different Gennady Golovkin than we saw in the first couple of rounds. Now Canelo has to be different too. And he lands a tremendous right hand shot and a left to the body.
It affected Golovkin.
Yes, I think that left hook hurt Golovkin.
Body punching power is working for Canelo Alvarez. Another left hand to the body. Tremendous shot.
You see how physically strong Canelo is in the middle of the ring.
He's used this minute to turn the fight back around with his body punching and his strength. Golovkin knew this would be the toughest fight of his career. So far, it's working out that way. Left hook for Golovkin.
Golovkin is a better boxer than people give him credit for, too. So he's boxing when he has to box. He's not out here just power slugging like we expected him to do now.
And he's a great jabber.
But in doing that, and he's kind of acquiescing, he's admitting that Canelo is nullifying his aggression.
Of course.
In the 4th and 5th, he was able to box smartly while being aggressive. Like right now, backing Canelo to the ropes.
Halfway through round 6. Canelo throwing a glove behind his back. Kenny Bayless says, touch up. Don't give me any of that nonsense.
All right, here we go.
They touch gloves. Watch Triple G hustle to cut the ring off. Trap Canelo in the corner, land a right-hand body shot.
But didn't stay on him. Let him out of the corner.
Respecting Canelo's power. There's a left hook to the body by Golovkin, and once again he backs off. Worried about the counter fire. Worried about something big coming back from Canelo.
That was
changing the way Triple G fights.
That was a really good 1-2.
Yes,
Triple G landed, and as Canelo shown throughout the fight, that championship mentality came right back with 2 of his own.
Immediately.
And that's because that 1-2 from Golovkin got his attention.
If there's a difference in the fight so far, it's the number of jabs that Gennady Golovkin is landing. It's a punch that Canelo isn't using all that much. It's helping Triple G to pile up an edge in CompuBox numbers, even if Canelo seems sometimes to have the edge in power.
We're doing good. You're doing it. Come on, man. Put some balls into it. Put your head in. All right? Please. Don't make a shame of him. Come on. Focus on what you're doing. Defend yourself. Straight shots. Block. Counterpunch, son. Vaseline. Vaseline. Okay, son? More jab. More jab. Lots of jabs. When you see he's going back, 3 punches. 3 punches.
There's grease, man. Gotta put more grease in there, man. Okay. So a little longer.
Here you see Canelo playing around, letting you know he's comfortable. He throws a shot behind the head, but to Triple G's credit, watch what Triple G does. He comes right back with a smack hook of his own to show that, yes, we're both in the same game. So both guys are feeling equally confident right about now.
Halfway through the fight, our unofficial scorer, Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 6?
Okay, Jim, I got it 4 rounds to 2. 58. 56, Gennady Golovkin. You know, Jim, when Gennady backs him into the ropes, man, he hurts him. He does very, very well every time he takes Canelo into the ropes. There you go. He backs him up, hits some good shots, and when he gets him on the ropes, he does damage. 4 rounds to 2, Gennady Golovkin.
Maybe, but I could see it 3-3, and I could see some judges having it 4-2 the other way.
I agree. Could be scored any number of different ways at this moment.
I like the position both guys are in right now. Both guys are very confident still. Both guys are giving us what we want. And if it continues like this, it looks like we'll have a part 2, I hope. But this is a really good fight right here.
A little bit more of a boxing match maybe than anticipated.
Yes. Much more of a boxing match than most of us anticipated. I like the chances for a big fight here in the last 6 rounds tonight, as they begin to get a little bit looser, more comfortable firing with each other, more willing to test each other's chins and fortitude.
And Canelo landed a good hook early in this round.
Triple G breathing hard out of his mouth.
Hard right hand by Triple G. Lands a jab behind him.
The story of the fight is still unclear. Is the counter-punching of Canelo wearing down Triple G, or is Triple G's increasing success upstairs starting to get to Canelo?
You like to see Triple G go to the body more. I think that would serve him better if he were going to Canelo's body a little bit more.
I think he's worried about going to the body because he doesn't want to get countered upstairs by a giant Canelo shot.
But as close as he is, he's getting countered anyway. You saw he got countered just then when he went to the body, when he went to the head. So it doesn't matter. He's still getting countered. Go to the body.
Surefire way for Triple G to get countered is to headhunt when Canelo's on the rope.
That's my point. So go to the body, son.
There he traps Canelo in the corner and hits him with 2 jabs and a right-hand shot. Triple G cutting off the ring as always, landing more power shots. Canelo missing upstairs.
Still Triple G not willing to put himself in there to keep Canelo on the ropes. Not willing to really accept what might come back.
But Triple G is piling up numbers.
There he is.
Landing more punches. There's a terrific uppercut by Canelo, stopping Triple G in his tracks momentarily. Triple G keeps coming.
He's on the attack big time.
Canelo throwing some bombs back.
Triple G with a confident nod of the head as he comes back to the corner.
Let him take the last
7 rounds in.
We gotta be consistent the whole round. The last 20 seconds are very important, G. Okay, the last 20 seconds are very important. You can't just let him work the last 20 seconds, okay? When you hear 30 from Max, you gotta put it on.
Дыши. 8-й раунд, Дем. Только начинается. Джеб,
Deep breath.
Дыши.
Throw more of the left. Combinations. More combinations, son. Okay? Yes. Well, let's go.
Inclinadita a su izquierda.
Here's what's allowing Canelo to stay in the fight. When Triple G attacks with the right hand, watch what happens right here. went blank on me.
What happens is the place just whites out. 7 rounds in. CompuBox numbers finding Golovkin outlanding Canelo in every round but one, the second. CompuBox numbers not always the full story of the fight. Harold Lederman with Golovkin building a lead on his unofficial scorecard.
Yes, and I think that's right. Triple G is having increasing success. I said the story of the fight's unclear, but one trend is that Triple G is getting to Canelo increasingly as the fight goes on.
He's making more opportunities for himself. He's throwing more. And too often, Canelo is simply walking away and establishing that Triple G gets to be the aggressor. There's a good hard right hand by Canelo.
Very hard
Starts
right
to follow it up. Doesn't come with anything.
Good jab
by Golovkin. That's the telephone pole jab. More careful boxing match on both sides than a lot of people thought would be the case, particularly from Golovkin.
Abel Sanchez trained Triple G to fight like Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. in a Mexican style, but you see the Eastern European influence in Golovkin from the amateurs, certainly. Has a certain amount of caution on his offense, even with Canelo on the ropes.
And body shot by Canelo and a good uppercut by Triple G countering.
Knows how to box, using that boxing ability now. Not just all-out slugging like we expect to see him do. Triple G, that is.
Jab, jab. Canelo fires back with the left hand. Once again, Golovkin's footwork puts Canelo in a corner. Golovkin steps to the left side and fires an uppercut. Just missing with a big right hand there.
Yeah, Canelo has to do something to slow Triple G down now. He's giving Triple G too much confidence.
He's walking away and making Triple G look like a freight train.
Listen, Canelo's
good shot.
Shots like that. But when your opponent walks through shots like that, what can you do?
Well, that's the first one of those you hit him with, though, Max.
Golovkin more than doubling Canelo in landed punches this round. It's the tempo. He's just keeping up the tempo. Throwing. Canelo throwing one punch at a time way too often.
Good body shot.
Firing in combination. Drives Canelo back into the ropes again. Jab. Right hand to the body. All these are good choices by Gennady Golovkin, who is out-strategizing Canelo at this moment.
Yes, he is.
When you're throwing a hook and he's moving away into your right hand, when he's moving into the right hand, you got to throw it this way. Don't throw it straight on me. Throw it like a hook, a long hook, okay? Because he's moving into it, all right? There we go. Good round. Just make sure that we don't let him work. Watch that uppercut too. You see that uppercut, okay? I see. Okay, deep breath. Good pressure. Just a little more effective with the shots, okay?
Here you see two good fighters. Triple G lands Canelo lands a right uppercut right under the throat. Very good shot by Canelo. And here you see Triple G land his own version of it. A jab followed by a left uppercut right on the beard.
Neither of those Triple G shots landed, but increasingly he is becoming the avalanche in this fight.
They just didn't land as clean as Canelo's did.
You see the jab numbers in the last round. That's really been the weapon for Triple G tonight. Pumping that jab, landing in big numbers compared to Canelo. Canelo, who seemed to have Triple G intimidated early in the fight with his counter-punching power and his body shots, has not thrown as many punches in recent rounds. Now there's a Canelo rally. Body shot, right hand upstairs, but here comes Gennady. Gennady steps back in and lands a hard right uppercut. And a left hook. And a left hook. And suddenly, Golovkin may have Canelo in a tiny bit of trouble. Canelo trying to fight his way out of it. Golovkin steps forward and lands again. Pins him to the ropes. Jab. Right hand just missed. Right hand landed. Golovkin is thinking power at this moment. Left hook over the top. Right hand missed. Right hand landed.
Canelo looked that one off, but they're coming fast and furious from Triple G now.
Good jab, another right hand. Triple G trapping Canelo against the ropes and attacking. Predator at work. Hard right hand by Triple G. It's been a great first half of the ninth round for him. Crowd gets excited as Canelo fires back with counter shots.
As Triple G has poured it on, Canelo has landed some very big shots in return, and Triple G has walked through them.
We've always given Triple G credit for his chin. He is showing it tonight. Canelo needed that. Buys a little bit of time by backing Triple G off. Now with less than a minute to go in the round, he's back in the corner. And here comes Gennady. Uppercut. Another uppercut. Straight right hand.
Triple G seeing the body opportunities more now when Canelo's on the ropes.
Early in the fight, it was Canelo who was landing more power punches. Golovkin landing more power punches in this one. Here's a hard right hand by Canelo. And he mixes with a big one over the top. And now Gennady chases him again. Wants one more rally before the round comes to an end. Ninth round was a big one for Triple G.
Three rounds, 10, 11, 12. How do you feel, son? What? How do you feel, son? Good. Ten, 11, 12. These are for your life. Three perfect rounds, son. Speed, move them, defense, stop them with your left, and don't stay on the ropes.
Thank you. Golovkin come in with a jab, right hand, best right hand. I seen him throw straight. But then Canelo comes back as he's attacking and counters with a beautiful left hook to the head, which I think was his best left hook of the fight so far. Then Canelo with the overhand right over the top of the jab. That's what a counter puncher does best. Boom, right on the jaw. Very meaningful overhand right. So right now I see Triple G landing the most punches. Canelo still landing the most effective punches.
Let's see how Harold Letterman has it through 9. Harold?
Okay, Jim, thank you. 7 rounds to 2. 88, 83, Gennady Golovkin. You know, Jim, I love that effective aggressiveness. Man, I love it when a guy backs the other guy up the whole fight. That's what Gennady's doing. Backing him up, landing the hardest, strongest shots. I mean, I think he's been out punching him constantly. 7 rounds to 2. Gennady Golovkin.
Meantime, so far, Canelo's let Triple G have it in this fight.
This is a huge start for the 10th round for Canelo Alvarez. You heard Eddie Reynoso saying to him, we need the 3 rounds of a lifetime. He has started out that way in the 10th, suddenly turning the fight around. Hard right hand by Canelo Alvarez. Now Golovkin with a right hand over the top himself. Canelo throwing and throwing.
It's rock'em sock'em robots right now.
Yes, sir. Now a fight has broken out for sure.
Left hook lands for Golovkin. Right hand lands for Golovkin.
Watch your heads, guys. Watch your heads.
And for the moment, Canelo's fire goes out as now Golovkin is back in the aggressive position. Jab, jab, right hand. Canelo needs a big counter shot again. Golovkin's footwork, always a factor. Pressure, pressure, trying to suffocate the opponent.
Pouring it on.
Gets Canelo on the ropes one more time. Canelo's energy has gone down after the brilliant start to the round. Now it's Golovkin with momentum. Misses the right hand over the top.
No, in front. Here you go, guys.
Good hard shots by Canelo. But Golovkin taking them well.
Stop.
They've both landed the same number of power shots in the fight. Golovkin has landed many more jabs than Canelo Alvarez. And now Golovkin with a three-punch combination and another jab and a right hand. Canelo missing. Canelo goes back to the body. That's what serves him best. Golovkin thinks he hurt him with the right hand. What a round the 10th was.
Two rounds. There's 2 rounds left. How do you feel? 6 minutes, son, okay? We've got him here. We've got him. 2 minutes.
Подыши, давай, надо понимать, Гена. Внимательно, на себя не принимай.
He see Canelo land a good left hook right hand. The right hand over the top with the better punch. Then he deflects Triple G's right hand, which knocked Triple G off balance. He wasn't hurt by the punch. He was knocked off balance by this deflection. Beautiful defense, though, with land the right hand, then deflect the overhand right with his own left hand. Beautiful defense by Canelo Alvarez.
Absolutely brilliant. That was at the beginning of the round. Canelo was mounting a big rally. Down the stretch in the round, it was Golovkin who backed Canelo up and was landing more punches. Now they come to the 11th. In the 10th, they combined to land a fight high 26 power shots. We knew the fight would break out eventually. Harold Letterman's unofficial scorecard. And if the other scorecards are in line with that, then that would suggest that Canelo needs a knockout. But there's no reason to believe that the other scorecards will be exactly what Harold has seen. Body shot by Canelo, or by Triple G.
There you go. All right, here you go.
And they touch gloves as he acknowledges it was on the belt line. Canelo Alvarez unable in this first minute of the 11th to find the kind of fire and rally that he created in the first minute of the 10th. And now Golovkin has him against the ropes again.
No, I don't know about the scorecards right now. Triple G looks like he has won most rounds in the fight, but he started out slowly. If you give away the first 3 rounds, which he may have, not just giving them away, Canelo fought and won them, I thought. And then it doesn't take that many more rounds for Canelo to be in the fight. 1 or 2 since then went Canelo's way. He's in this fight.
Good overhand right by Triple G.
Right hand by Canelo. What a chin Triple G is.
Oh, good right hand by
Another right hand by Canelo. Here comes Golovkin walking straight toward him.
Doesn't care nothing about those right hands.
Talked about the need for Golovkin to walk through fire tonight, Max Kellerman. In these last few rounds, he's shown that he's willing to do it.
Yes, you're right. And that's led to his success in the second half of the fight. But those shots still score for Canelo.
100%. Golovkin came very close with the right hand, landing his jab as he has all night long. Right hand for Golovkin, left hook for Golovkin. Single biggest difference in the fight has been Golovkin's effectiveness with the jab.
Yes, the jab has been the difference.
But we haven't seen Golovkin's fearsome power on display in this fight.
We have not one time.
Well, we've seen him try it. Maybe Canelo has a great chin too.
Good hook by both guys.
No question Canelo has a chin.
That was a great hook by both guys, though.
'11th was a pretty close round. But Golovkin was the aggressor.
That's it. Breathe, breathe, breathe again. Son, he's got no option than to come out like a dog. Make him miss. There he goes. He's gonna come out like a dog. For one punch.
Yeah, we got it.
The whole final round.
Okay, last one. 3 minutes, all 3 minutes, okay? Don't let him rest.
Ben, Tao! Gennady Golovkin had a run in the middle of the bout when he was dominating with both the jab and power shots. Canelo's landed more power shots in 3 of the last 4 rounds. Golovkin has still been landing his jab with enough regularity to overall lead in the CompuBox numbers. Now we come to the 12th round. Only one of these two fighters has scored a 12th round knockout in his career. That was Canelo against Ryan Rhodes. It was a good uppercut for Canelo Alvarez.
They're throwing knockout punches now.
Canelo has come out as the aggressor in the 12th, and he lands a big right hand that may momentarily have bothered Golovkin.
Work out, work. No. Keep him in front, fellas. There we go.
Canelo fighting as though he believes he needs something big.
Good uppercut. Good uppercut.
Golovkin leaned right into the uppercut.
Yes, he did.
It's been a great start to the 12th round for Canelo Alvarez. He's been accurate. Golovkin has not. Those punches are landing for Canelo.
Abel Sanchez told Triple G, don't let him rest. But Canelo's not trying to rest.
Oh, and Canelo coming. Triple G is walking right through those big punches.
It's been a huge round for Canelo Alvarez so far. And now Golovkin tries to come back. And Golovkin lands a right hand. And that backs Canelo off.
Stop back. Watch your heads.
Kenny Bayless says, watch your heads.
Stop back clean. Stop back.
Bayless has the best view of what is becoming a great fight. Fire and fury in Las Vegas. Gennady Golovkin and Canelo Alvarez firing away down the stretch. Golovkin walking forward, looking to land one more big shot. Gets a right hand in. Lands a left hook. He has energy now.
Step back. Watch your head. Watch your head.
Jab for Golovkin. Just missed with the right hand. We waited 2 years for this middleweight showdown between the two most exciting fighters from an offensive standpoint in the world. And early in the fight, they both seemed a little bit cautious, although Canelo was less so and landed the bigger shots. But then in the middle of the fight, Gennady Golovkin began to take over and showed his Eastern European boxing skills. And down the stretch for the last 3 rounds, it has been rock'em, sock'em, I land one, you land one back. Once again in this round, it's Canelo Alvarez who's landing the power shots.
Could these moments decide the fight?
Crowd on its feet. Hard right hand by Golovkin. And another one. Golovkin finished with a slow rally. Crowd is going berserk. They love the action they saw. That was a brilliant rally in the last 3 rounds by Canelo Alvarez. Was it enough? The middle portion of the fight unquestionably belonged to Golovkin. And there was a moment when it appeared as though Canelo's meter had gone down. But he came back with a fury in the closing 3 rounds of the fight. They know each other very well. They sparred together a few years ago. They have become friends. Victory for either man won't destroy the friendship.
You see, Canelo started out early in this fight, in this round, with a 5-punch combination here. 5, 6, 7 punch combinations, which about 5 of them landed. Then later in the round, you see Triple G come back 1, 2, 3, followed by jab 4, 5, 6 punches of his own, 7, 8, 9 punches. So these two guys were trading back and forth all night long. Turned out to be just the fight we thought it would be, Jim. A great fight between 2 great middleweights, and it's one that we'd love to see again.
No knockdowns. No knockdowns because they both have proven chins throughout their careers. Harold Letterman, how'd you score the fight?
Okay, Jim. I've got a 116, 112, 8 rounds to 4, Gennady Golovkin. Jim, I thought that, Gennady was just in better physical condition. To me, in rounds, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Canelo was fading into the ropes because of the fact that he was tired. Be as it may, 8 rounds to 4, Golovkin.
Harold, who are the 3 official judges?
Okay, Jim. Adelaide Bird. She's originally from Philadelphia. She's the wife of referee Robert Bird. She's been working here for a long time, got 115 title fights. She'll do an excellent job. Dave Moretti, the senior judge in Nevada, 142 title fights. I expect him to do a good job. And Don Trella from Connecticut, I got him into boxing, Jim. He's 40 world title fights. He should do okay.
Let's go to Michael Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards after 12 rounds of boxing. Adelaide Bird scores it 118 to 110 for Canelo. Dave Moretti scores it 115-113 for Triple G. And Don Trella scores it 114-114, a 3-way split. This is officially a draw.
Well, I think a draw is a highly acceptable result. There are a lot of writers on press row, we are told, who have scored the fight a draw. 118-110 for Canelo? No, that did not happen. That is fiction, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, a draw is a result that should be satisfying enough for boxing fans because it means we'll get to see it again.
And that's exactly what we all want.
Final CompuBox numbers. And I'm sure that neither fighter at this moment is happy with the draw. Gennady Golovkin landing 49 more punches, throwing nearly 200 more punches. Therefore, Alvarez landing at the slightly higher connect percentage. Power punches. Canelo outlands Golovkin in power shots 114-110 and lands at a significantly higher percentage. Gennady was missing a lot with his right hand. And at the end of the day, the edge here definitely goes to Alvarez. But then if you turn to jabs, it's an entirely different thing. As Gennady lands 53 more jabs, throws 128 more jabs, and lands at a significantly higher percentage. I personally would have felt that might have been the difference in the fight. But at the end of the day, we have a draw. Let's take a look at the punch zone, which will show you where these punches landed. Gennady Golovkin given credit by CompuBox for landing only 8 body shots in the fight. He may want to rethink that before the rematch. Canelo Alvarez landing 44 body shots. That was a good idea. But Golovkin landing 83 more punches than Canelo upstairs, and a lot of that margin came from the big edge in jabs by Golovkin. And now Max Kellerman stands by with both great fighters.
Gennady, you have won every professional fight you've had, most of them very easily until tonight. What happened tonight?
Today, really big Mexican Day, Independence Day. And congratulations all my friends from Mexico.
But how was Canelo able to neutralize you, especially early in the fight, and then have success late when it looked like you had started to build a lead?
You know, he has good experience. Just I want a true fight. You know, I like Mexican style. I told you every time I have Mexican style. I want a true fight, like, you know, close distances. Just I want big drama show.
Did you get it tonight?
No, not too much. And first of all, I wanna thank you very much. You know, just my Kazakhstan fans, just who support me. Just Alga Kazakhstan. Urgen Rahmet, Jigiter.
Canelo, Triple G came into this fight known for his vaunted power. Did you feel it tonight?
La verdad que no.
No, truthfully, no.
No como pensaba o como decían que tenía la pegada. La verdad que no me sorprendió nada.
No, truthfully not. Not as they spoke about, not what I thought. No, it really didn't surprise me.
Early in the fight, in the first 3 rounds, you were boxing very well, and then he started to come on in the middle rounds. What changed?
No, obviamente en los primeros asaltos salí a ver qué era lo que mostraba para después seguir haciendo la pelea, pero gané 7, 8 rounds de la pelea fácil.
In the first rounds, I just came out to see what he had, you know, but then I started building. But I won 7, 8 rounds easily.
It seemed to us ringside that by the last 3 rounds, Gennady had built a lead and that you sensed some urgency and started fighting in the championship rounds as though you needed them to win the fight.
No, obviamente para convencer lo que ya tenía ganado.
No, not at all. To be convincing in what I already had won. That's all.
So Canelo felt that he won 7 or 8 rounds. What did you think, Gennady?
You know, today people give me, you know, draw. Just my focus on boxing. Just I think, look my belts. I still champion, Max. I'm not lost, really.
You mentioned that you didn't have a big drama show today, but you came in as the aggressive fighter. His job was to counter and box you and neutralize your offense. Isn't it your job to make sure it's a drama show?
You know, this is not my fault. I'm pressure every round. I want big drama show. I want to give all people my, you know, big present. Just it's not my problem. You know, just I'm very happy today. Just I come back to Kazakhstan, you know, to my country, and I say thanks to who support me.
Guys, it was a really good, crisp fight with change in momentum. It ended in a draw. Do you want a rematch, Canelo?
Claro que sí, por supuesto que sí.
Yes, of course, obviously yes.
Si la gente lo quiere, hacemos la revancha.
If the people want it, yes.
Este es empate porque no hay revancha.
You know, this is a draw, basically. He didn't win. This is a draw.
And you feel you won. What about his feeling that you didn't stay there to fight him, and as a result, it wasn't dramatic enough?
Ahí estaba para pelear.
I was there to fight. I was there.
Yo hice mi pelea. Siempre dije que iba a estar un paso adelante de él.
I did my fight, and I always said I was going to be a step in front of him.
Gennady, do you want a rematch?
Of course I want a rematch. I wanna fight. Rematch or next fight, I wanna fight. True fight. I have my belt. Just I want a champion fight.
Canelo boxed very well, especially early and then again late in the fight. He says you weren't able to hurt him. It was a close fight. What would be different in a rematch? Would you fight him any differently?
You know, just I have a couple ideas. Right now he moved too much. Just I want a close fight, Mexican style. Right now, just it's my experience. I bring boxing right now.
Thank you, Gennady, for a terrific fight as always. Canelo, would you fight any differently in a rematch? He seems to want you to stand still.
Bueno, ya veríamos en la segunda pelea, ¿no? Pero le volvería a ganar.
We'll see. We'll fight in the second one, but I'll win again anyways.
Thank you also for a terrific fight. Thank you both. Jim.
All right, thank you very much, Max Kellerman. It's fascinating how differently official judges can see a fight. Adelaide Bird, on the way to scoring 10 rounds for Canelo Alvarez in this fight, gave the last 5 rounds of the fight to Alvarez. Both Dave Moretti and Don Trella gave the last 3 rounds to Alvarez, and it is that late rally in the fight that earned the draw for Canelo Alvarez. Dave Moretti had Golovkin way up prior to the late rally. Don Trella had Golovkin up by 3 rounds prior to the rally. Adelaide Bird, once again, totally an outlier, scoring 10 of 12 rounds for Canelo Alvarez in the fight. And Roy Jones, I think credit has to go to Eddie Reynoso, who said to Canelo Alvarez at the beginning of round 10, you need the 3 rounds of your life. He came out and produced the rally that earned the draw.
Yeah, he did exactly what his corner asked for him to do. It was a very smart fight by both fighters. I must tell you, Jim, I'm very happy that nobody got a decision, because I don't think one guy truthfully totally dominated the fight, and that means that we get to see it again. I'd rather see a draw in a close fight so that we can see it again. In phase 2, we'll get a determined winner without a doubt. But I thought that this fight lived up to be exactly what we thought it would be. It was 2 great champions putting their talents on display. Both guys did the best thing that they could do to neutralize the other guy. Canelo started out with the edge, and he held the edge for a long time. Then Triple G flipped it over for a minute, and he took the edge for a little while. Then Canelo came back in the last 3 rounds and regained the edge. So, I mean, it was a beautiful fight. People don't have anything to be ashamed of. Neither fighter should be ashamed of anything. Both guys showed what happens when you fight the next best guy in your division.
If it was a little bit more cerebral boxing match than we had imagined it to be, do they both get credit for that?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll find out in the second fight whether more fire or more fury could turn out to be better for one or the other. Max Kellerman, how could there possibly be a better setup for a rematch than a draw in fight number 1?
You know, I thought Triple G shaded the fight. I thought he probably won by a little bit, but it was really close, and it was close because Canelo is a special fighter. Triple G had never been on this stage before. He looked nervous early. He looked like he'd never been there before. Canelo looked relaxed. And late in the fight, when Triple G seemed to come on and put those rounds in the bank and maybe start to really come on and maybe break down Canelo a bit, when Canelo was told he needed to step it up, he did like a true champion and fought himself back into the fight and ultimately got a draw. Adelaide Bird's scorecard, which was not a good one, notwithstanding.
Well, there's
but I got to say this, Jim. Triple G has always been a knockout artist who's destroyed everyone. In the fight before last, he had a very close call against Danny Jacobs, who's the 2nd best middleweight in the world at the time. Here he fights one of the 2 best middleweights in the world in Canelo Alvarez and has a draw. Is this because at 35 he's starting to slow down? Or, as Roy pointed out, is this what happens when you actually get in there with the best guys in your division? When you're no longer the most avoided man in boxing, but now we see what you really have against the other best fighters in boxing.
It could be either, and most likely the draw is disappointing in some way to both sides, but at the end of the day, both fighters were in their way great tonight. In a rematch, will Triple G be a little bit less nervous and seemingly reserved than he was in the early rounds? Will Canelo Alvarez stand his ground a little more rather than moving so much as he did in the an opportunity to look dominant? Will Triple G's jab continue to land at such a high rate while he has difficulty marshaling his power shots? Will Canelo Alvarez produce a giant power counter shot that could knock Triple G down, which didn't happen in this fight? There are so many things that people expected to see that did not happen tonight that could happen in the second edition of this. All the time that we spend between now and the rematch, we can focus on that tantalizing question. Will it be round 13 of fight number 1, or will it be round 1 of an entirely different fight? The buildup was huge. The fight was inconclusive. The buildup begins again. Thanks very much for being with us on this edition of HBO's Pay-Per-View Boxing. Mark your calendars for these upcoming shows from HBO. Wednesday is the next installment of my show, The Fight Game. Saturday, more live boxing with Jorge Linares taking on Luke Campbell. The following week brings real sports. Then in October, Boxing After Dark returns with Jezreel Corrales against Alberto Machado. And just added, Ryan Burnett versus Zanat Zakhinov from Belfast. In November, Sergey the Crusher Kovalev is back, live on HBO against Vyacheslav Zabransky. For more, go to hbo.com/boxing.
September 23rd. On the next World Championship Boxing, three-division world champion Jorge Linares hopes to add a fourth belt to his collection. But standing in his way is England's power-punching rising star Luke Campbell. World Championship Boxing, Linares versus Campbell.
Canelo versus Golovkin was brought to you live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas by Tecate, the official beer of boxing. Hennessy, never stop, never settle. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better parts, better prices every day. Fred Loya Insurance, put Fred in your corner. Interjet, Aerolínea Oficial del Box, the smart way to fly to Mexico. Marvel Studios, Thor Ragnarok, in theaters everywhere November 3. And by HBO Pay-Per-View, the best in pay-per-view entertainment, brought to you by HBO. And now for all of us here in Las Vegas, thanks for watching, and see you next week for more boxing on HBO, live from Los Angeles.